Tiny, sharp needles line the stems and leaves, giving off a stinging sensation for anyone who dares to touch. Although armed for protection, stinging nettle is very useful, both as a medicine and as food.
I mean, that's the paradox of the plant, that something looks so harmful is also so good for us. We're picking for the meal we're going to have today.
Wearing gloves and grasping clippers, John Ehrlich of Alderlea Farm in Duncan trims off the top part of the nettle plant. This is where there are fewer needles.
If you're really brave, take the underleaf of the nettle and roll it up. Keep rolling it up and just pop it in your mouth. Get a nice iron dose. Tastes like green goddess.
Okay, it's my turn to taste the nettle leaf. Let's hope it doesn't sting.
Green goddess. It kind of tastes like a fruit to me.
Some sweetness?
I can taste almost like a mango.
Next, John and I took the basket of stinging nettle up to the kitchen to see what food we could make with it.
Well, stinging nettle is very versatile. You can use it for so many delicious dishes.
First up, a stinging nettle pesto. All it takes is some garlic, olive oil, salt, and of course, the stinging nettle.
Now, all we do is turn it on.
And voila, pesto that can be added to pasta or as a sauce on a pizza. But if you're not a pesto fan, Katie says you can just add the nettle leaves directly on top of your pizza and the stinging sensation will disappear once the leaves are cooked.
I'm going to make stinging nettle soup.
The soup starts with a little olive oil, then add some onions, potatoes, leafy greens, lemon, the nettle, and finally water.
Now you just fill the pot up to just where the water's just over the stinging nettle.
Last, puree the soup to complete your stinging nettle feast.
Very green, but it tastes very good.
But you can do more than just cook with the nettle. Home winemaker Chuck Thompson showed me how he makes stinging nettle wine.
So I'm just going to put some water in here, then goes in some lemon. The lemon is mostly there, in this case, to rinse the nettle leaves. My preference in preparing the leaves is to remove the stems.
Chuck uses this mixture to make a stinging nettle extract, where he'll later add the water and sugars needed to turn it into wine.
Well, let's give it a taste. That's really good.
Is it pleasant?
It does taste kind of green like you mentioned.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a vegetative background.
Chuck says some of the benefits from stinging nettle does transfer into the wine, but one of the fastest ways to gain from this plant is to steep it in hot water, add a bit of honey, and make a stinging nettle tea. And the best part, stinging nettle is all over the island, so all of these recipes can be made from your home.
Good friends, good company.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
At Alderlea Farm in Duncan, I'm Jen Muranetz.